The Real Jim and Terry Show. I'm the real Terry 1.0.
I'm Jim 1.0. Thank you.
That means we're the organic in manifestations of whoever Jim and Terry are. And we're still in the Hobbit studio, which really exists. It's not digitally been surveyed and scanned and saved to the internet in digital format.
Well, that's another thing, though, what AI is going to do, especially dating sites and stuff. You'll probably be able to go on there and modify your looks.
Cheating.
Yeah, cheating.
Cheating. Oh.
We already see it, you know.
Okay.
That guy that's standing beside the Mustang, right beside the yacht, probably doesn't own either one of them.
Here we go. Cheating on a dating app. That sounds a little bizarre. It sounds a little weird. And that's where we were going to go with this episode. Weird or what? Why is the word weird trending these days?
Well, because I do think the GOP is acting weird. I think Trump is weird. So I think it's a good name. I think it's almost a polite name if you want to know the truth. That's weird. I mean, we say that all the time. Christians were preferred as
strange people?
No, what they call it? I'll think of it later. Continue on.
Okay. Weird is the theme. And we're bringing that up because weird is trending in social media. And
peculiar.
Oh, you're yeah. Okay, weird or peculiar.
Yeah.
Which would you prefer? Peculiar?
I don't mind peculiar. I would refer to myself if they said, you know, you're weird. I'd say I prefer peculiar.
I don't mind weird.
I don't even mind weird.
But
no.
I think you're right. It is a gentle, kinder way than most GOP smears have been on people, especially from former president's mouth on women of color has been anything but weird. It has been absolutely demeaning and vicious. So this weird trending is now perhaps a label that the Democrats have got that may stick.
I think it's going to stick.
Do you think they can run this right to November
I think,
using
number
weird?
one, I'm starting to hate all politics. I'm starting to hate it all. I think it's all
weird,
all degrading. And, you know, I'm one of these kinds that I end up feeling sorry for people and everything else. So when somebody sees someone wounded and then they go to, you know, break its other leg, it bothers me. It just bothers me. But saying that, this is the world we're now in. So if you're going to be getting under the skin of Donald Trump, there's two things you can say. A weird old man.
Yes, he likes neither one.
He likes neither one. You're a weird old man. And it's not like, okay, I'm sorry. I meant peculiar. Just get madder and madder, right? And I think it's showing in some of his interviews that he's starting to...
It's getting under his skin, maybe?
Well, it's getting under his skin, but his way in which he fights is very get back. You know, and very much... You know, even almost grade school sometimes when you think about it. Yeah, well, your dad's ugly, you know, that kind of thing.
Put weird aside for a moment and talk about the National Association of Black Journalists and Trump speaking at that meeting yesterday and being interviewed. I have a couple of questions about it. If you haven't seen it, it's worth looking at how he handled some pretty direct questions from black journalists on the stage.
Oh, I'm going to preface right here, and I'll let you continue.
Yeah.
Trump is not as stupid as you think. Go on. I'll tell you, explain later.
No, he is the right word stupider or more stupid than I think.
Well, I'm not going to defend him, but I'll tell you what I think really happened.
I'm just going to say that it was appalling to me watching his... And he does this with all journalists. We've seen it for 4 years while he was in office. We've seen it for another 4 years while he was out of office. But when you don't like someone, you call them a name.
Yeah.
Well, you're nasty. That's a nasty question.
Yeah.
And you start calling names away.
He had that completely planned from the second they started opening their mouths.
Do you think
he knew he bit off more than he could chew, and here's what he did. My belief is what he did.
You think he willingly bit off more than he could chew, or he realized he was in too deep when he got there and decided he needed to change the narrative?
Yeah, he changed the narrative.
Okay, so
by being absolutely appalling. And that's what he's done all along.
But he is appalling. That's not.
But he emphasized. Obviously, he goes to rallies. He went to a rally that night, and everybody's cheering him on.
Yeah.
he steals. That's what he does. With the way he acts, he steals all the headlines, pulls them all to himself. And I think he's panicking over the Democrats coming into this level they went in, which was a beautiful transition. And I think that's unnerved him. So he's now panicking to the point where I must be offensive because I got to pull the attention away from the Democratic Party.
And you pull the attention by being offensive, which is his usual playbook.
Yeah.
So there's nothing new in that.
He couldn't have said anything more appalling. I mean, he did it all. He did it all in that 15-minute interview.
He did. And he was ushered out of that.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be an hour-long interview.
Yeah.
He got grabbed and taken out
by his own people.
By his own people who realized
Yeah.
this was not going well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's smart as you say he is. His handlers had to take him off. So that tells me he's not as smart as you think he
Well,
is.
maybe the handlers said, okay, that's enough. Or maybe he didn't tell them. But listen, this is how he's always made the news.
You're right.
So this is how, why change that?
He sucks the oxygen out of a room.
Yes.
By being nasty.
Yes, by being nasty. So, I mean, he may say someday, it's totally okay to rape babies. Yeah, I don't know. He'll do anything. And all
To
of a sudden,
grab.
Kamala who?
Yeah.
Or Kamala, I should say. Kamala who? We're just looking at Trump. What a clown. Just this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing you know, you got brain dead people going to ballot boxes going, I don't know who to vote for. Well, Trump guy's kind of fun to watch. And isn't it entertainment?
Yes.
So without him, politics looks boring, doesn't it? So that's probably his plan.
Interesting. What I would... Well, yeah. Yeah. Weird or what? Weird. Yeah. Is it weird or is it dangerous?
Oh, it's dangerous for sure. My opinion.
Yeah.
I understand there's people out there that don't think so. This guy has said right into the mic, vote for us. My loving Christian friends, I'm a Christian. All right, fine. That's what he said, But get out and vote for me. Just this once. These are his words. Just this once. Vote for me. You'll never have to do it again.
Oh, come on, Jim. What are you worried about?
Just once.
It's just Trump being Trump.
Maybe, I hope. If he wins, I hope it's just Trump being Trump and everything will be normal. And I know there's people who think everything's going to be normal. I'm not so sure. Because he said it right to your face. If you vote for me, you'll never have to vote again. You're not going to want to bother. His own words, I'm going to fix this so that you will never have to vote again.
Only I can.
Right out of his mouth.
Yeah.
So that's just a dictator saying to you, vote me in, friends, and it's me forever.
You know what's weird is that 50% of American population of eligible voters surveyed this past week, it's 49 is the last survey.
Yeah.
How can it be a tie? How can it be that a criminal, a rapist, a fraud, a traitor, I will use all those words, and I think I've got enough evidence to back up each one of those terms, so I'm not using them without a lot of thought. How can half of America be okay with voting for this?
I don't know. I don't know if it's the macho side of American men, where you got your gun. I got two of the guns in the car there, and and by George, you don't say anything, or I'll just punch your head right in.
Macho men can't be 49% of the U.S.
I don't know. I don't know who. Well, look at the women. Look at all the women at the rally. Women pretend they want what they want, but they really don't.
Okay.
That's their man. That's the guy that they want. That's the guy that gets them excited, that bully, that mob boss. That's the guy that gets those women excited. And that drives me freaking nuts. I don't know if they think if they married him, I could change this guy. No, you can't.
Interesting.
That's who he is.
Well, maybe you got 49% when you add the
women of the men?
Women of the men who support Trump. Interesting. I hadn't thought about it that way. Would you say that they are the basket of deplorables, as Clinton did in the 2016 campaign?
Who's the basket of
the Trump supporters, MAGA people, whoever they are?
I don't know what the hell they're doing, Terry. If you want to know the
honest
honest
truth. Are they detached
truth,
from reality?
I don't know. I don't know if they really do think that the other side is taking their democracy away when Trump basically
and
is,
taking their children because they
Trump
believe the
basically-
Democrats are pedophiles.
Well, we
in
have
general.
we have all kinds of arguments of things I disagree with, but the bottom line is probably driven by fear, and the fear that the Trump and GOP have put in people, that you vote for them, they're gonna eat your babies and
take
all
your
the
rights,
rest of it,
your
take
freedoms.
all your freedoms away, when in reality the person who's planning on taking freedom away is Trump. And because he's using the extremes to scare you're the good old boy. You're scaring the good old boy. And the good old boy, I'm going to defend my family, by George. If I have to kill every innocent person in this country, I'm defending my family. And that's where you're at it.
Yeah, that's an interesting
So it's
prospect.
fear. It's fear of losing America when in reality, Donald Trump's claiming to take your America. He's actually claiming that right to your face. I am going to stop democracy.
Yeah.
Without saying that exact word. Matter of fact, he did say, "I'll be a dictator for just one day."
Yeah, it's just so I can strip everything out, and then I won't need to be a dictator anymore.
You know, the 2025 thing and just the regular thought, he wants to replace everybody with loyal Trump loyalists. He's already done it with the GOP. Let's face it. They're not the
There's
conservative
not an
party.
independent GOP thinker in the lot.
No, they've bought into, they've probably been sat down by people say your life's going to be ruined if you do not fall in line. So they've fallen in line. They've literally sold their world to the Trump. They become the Trump party. Maybe someday out of this, a conservative party will emerge, a little bit more center, and there will be glory again. But I think the guy's banked on just bringing this country to its knees.
Should we link Trump with Orban in Hungary and Maduro in Venezuela and say, these are authoritarians, these are dictators, and Trump just wants to join that circle of Putin, Xi Jinping, Kim Jong-un, Viktor Orban, and Maduro?
I think it's different than that. I think Putin, Trump, China, and maybe North Korea, maybe another country have said we could rule the world. Putin's probably sat down with Trump and say, "You think you got a lot of money with 3 million? I got 300 million just on the East Coast. You too could have a rich country like America. You could have $300 billion, Trump, and we just won't fight each other. I got my world, you got yours. Let me take all this property because that's what good farming land is, and you can take Canada."
Sounds like it's a little weird to me.
4 dictators ruling the world, or maybe 5.
Oh,
maybe 6.
4 horsemen
Maybe
of the
it'll end up
apocalypse.
10, just like the Bible said.
Oh, the 10 on the statue in the book of Daniel?
Yeah,
Is that what you're talking about? Jim and Terry Show getting prophetic. Bye-bye for now.
Pathetic? Wait, what?